Hello, this is Erik Kaiser, CEO of the Remy Companies here in New York City. Everyone keeps asking me, are we near the bottom of the housing market? Are we ready to buy? Is it the time? And the answer is no. And I don't understand why people keep asking me because the data is so simple out there. I mean, you don't have to look far to get any of your answers. One, just take a look at unemployment. Forget the numbers. The numbers are completely wrong all the time that you read them in the newspaper and when you get the data. And they're always revised up the next month or two. Two, what do you think happens to housing when those numbers are achieved? Even in this market right now, people are holding on to every dollar. The savings rate is exploding. We're on the verge of a credit card crisis, along with the automakers, along with the housing. It's in a complete and total decline. And these things are illiquid. They do not turn around quickly. It's not like real estate is equivalent to the equity markets where you can just go in and buy in and out real quickly during a day or a minute. You can't day trade real estate. We're going to go through some exaggerations. Now, anytime that there's market volatility, you're going to get opportunities to buy properties or equities at distressed levels. Volatility creates opportunity. It creates depression in prices. Those are the times when you want to figure out where your best shot will be. As you can see from this chart of national single-family housing starts, we peaked out as a nation in 2005 and we have been on a precipitous decline since. We are already under our 1982 levels. Now this data only goes back to about November or just about the beginning of December. So we still have to find out where we're going to be at the end of December and into January. Now, if you look, where do you expect those numbers to be? We expect them to be half of where they are now, around 150,000 homes. That is an enormously low number. What does that tell you about the market going forward? Do we really expect it to rebound so quickly? Any data you see going forward too is going to be an exaggeration because it's all going to be statistical when the data is supplied saying we are up 15 or 20% from where we were. Well, 15 or 20% from being down 500% is nothing. The next chart at which we're looking right now are these same housing starts but by region. Look at the green line. The green line is the housing data for the South. Those are the starts. Look at the amount of housing that's been created in the South. It's been an unprecedented boom. This data goes back to 1959, so you see this for a very, very long time. And look at the Northeast, which is the very bottom blue line. That isn't a lot of housing, and if you look at it, the volatility is sort of almost predictable. And you can expect going forward that because of the space constraints of the Northeast, those lines to be pretty symmetric. Here are some great charts. We found this on the New York Times website, and it's titled Home Prices in Selected Cities. There's a link to it right over to the right over here, and you can take a look at it at any time you want. They've made some beautiful interactive charts. We're going to look at 13 of the top 20 cities that they have featured. It's Case-Shiller Index data, which is always 2 months old. This data is from the very end of October. It does not include November and December. We'll get that data sometime in February or March and we'll update it. Let's take a look at some of those charts right now. We're going to whiz through them real quickly, but you'll be able to have the opportunity to see it on your own. Boston. Here's a city with some decent ups, but not some major downs. It's pretty surprising to see this data because I would have expected it to be much worse on the decline. Atlanta, a city with moderate growth. They're getting smacked pretty hard right now. You look at Chicago. Decent ups, decent downs. It will probably recover decently. New York, there's a pretty surprising number. I think New York as a state and New York City as a city is going to have some serious declines in 2009. I'm going to look at this chart very closely coming up in March and April. Detroit, I will make a prediction. Detroit will never recover ever again. You have the auto industry in severe disrepair right now. If that industry is not reinvented, I see no true future for real estate in Detroit unless it is completely reinvented. San Francisco, you obviously see the tech boom, the tech crash. You see all the details here. This is just a wild market. I'm going to tell you, this is a wild card. San Diego, big ups, big downs. It's a wonderful place. It's been voted #1 city in which to live for many, many years. Los Angeles, up and down. Miami, unfortunately, they just lost Whole Foods going in downtown Miami, so they're going to be on the ropes for a while. Phoenix, this is just an extraordinary chart. Look at the peaking in 2005, and then look at where the depression is in 2008 and going into 2009. This is an incredible market. With the baby boomers, who knows where this is going to be. And my favorite is Las Vegas. What is the result of Las Vegas? It had enormous peaking in 2005, just at the end of 2004, and is on a severe decline ever since. Will that recover? I'm probably going to say at some point, maybe in 15 years, it may reach the peak levels of where it was in 2004. So let the data speak for itself. You can make your own predictions from these charts. We have our own, we can supply them to you, but we can tell you straight out that we do not believe we're at the bottom. We don't think we're going to be at the bottom for another 18 months, and until then, make smart decisions about what you do about buying and selling your single family real estate. This is Erik Kaiser, CEO of the Remy Companies here in New York City.